say it. I don't know if it matters now. You always did everything the way you wanted it.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. There's risk and reward for every decision that you make. You always have to measure them against each other. Like, let's take the 2016 election. The reward for Donald Trump running and winning was that he's president. The risk, however, is that Hillary Clinton is not president, and that instead she's going to subject the entire country to her hoaxes, eternal lawfare against President Trump, and her nonsensical screechings and ramblings.
And these people
like
will
this.
Stop at nothing. And yes, the Russians helped them last time. The
Look at
Russians
Bill.
are helping them now.
Look
and
at
you
this.
cover the White House. You know that the White House has
Look at her
said,
go.
don't brief the Congress.
Look at her
Don't
go.
even tell them
Look at
in
poor Bill.
classified settings
Will Bill
what
Clinton-
the Russians are doing.
Will Bill Clinton ever get punished? Will he ever get put in prison? Isn't he already in prison? Isn't this already probably the worst punishment enough? Look at this guy. Look what he has to live with. Could you imagine? Could you imagine anything worse than this? This is literal hell on earth. And Hillary Clinton, well, thank God none of us have to live with her. Unless Bill is a secret subscriber to the channel, in which case, man, bro, you know, I'll say a prayer for you. You know, again, you're already in hell. The point is that it's happening again. You had a far left-wing, sociopathic, low IQ, lib woman who feels like she was robbed by Donald Trump, the presidency. And now she's going to subject all of us to insufferable interviews of her bitching and screeching and moaning about it for the rest of her life. We're seeing this. It's Hillary 2.0. It's Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is being as nasty and weird and sort of clearly somebody won't ever get over it as she does a public meltdown tour trying to sell her dumb book. Listen to this.
Am I just like, fuck it?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ask the question with pretense.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Are you just like, fuck it now? It doesn't matter. Because the book had fuck it energy.
Yeah, I think there is that energy in the book.
Wow, she's saying naughty words now. She's saying naughty words.
This guy wants to create a ballroom for his rich friends while completely turning a blind eye to the fact that babies are going to starve when the SNAP benefits end in just hours from now. Come on. So what? I'm not going to be distracted by, does the guy have a big hammer? What about those babies?
Okay. What about those babies you never had, Kamala, right? You're not a mother. Why haven't you ever had babies, Kamala? Oh, too worried about your career, too busy power gobbling your way up the political ecosystem until now this is all you have. And so you're just crashing out and losing your mind because President Trump took it all away from you. The American people took it away from you. And we decided to choose President Trump instead of you. Kamala Harris dropping F-bombs everywhere she goes, confessing that she's angry at the big guy. Just like, F it. Biden disappointed me. Kamala Harris going after Joe Biden, not just Donald Trump, directing her anger and rage at old Joe. Well, this is interesting. Let's listen.
A hotel room with Doug, with my husband. And the president calls. And I was told that he wanted to call me so that I'd be ready. And I was so sure it was to buck me up and go get him. And he did say that for the first beat. And then he went on to talk about a group of people in Pennsylvania who were saying bad things about me because they heard I was saying bad things about him. And when I hung up the phone, it was unbelievable. And I was angry and deeply disappointed. It was so unnecessary. There are only two people in the world other than me that has debated this guy. Hillary Clinton and him. And you know what it's like. It's going into a debate with the stake.
First off, that's not. I just have to call BS on that. Donald Trump debated like 40 Republicans that were running against him. President Trump has debated hundreds, thousands of news anchors on news programs. Most of them extremely hostile, right? 9 out of 10 hosts extremely hostile to Trump. President Trump has debated the National Association of Black Journalists, right, in what was an absolute hit job, sabotaging. So, like, to say that only 2 people have debated Donald Trump is an insane thing to say. But okay, anyway.
Being that high, and Trump hadn't agreed to another debate. The stakes were so high. So that's an example of what I mean.
You took something from that. You took an underlying message about one's intentions from that, because I would. If someone called me in the lead up to debate prep and said something like that to me, I would assume that they don't want the best for me.
My takeaway is his motivation was all about himself.
That's what I would assume from that.
Yeah.
I would assume that.
Yeah, right. Obviously, right. Yeah. It wasn't about my performance at the debate.
So Kamala Harris is upset that the old man that she threw down the stairs of the White House, like from the balcony, is calling her when she stole his nomination, because Joe Biden was the one who was nominated by the Democrat Party to be the presidential candidate. Kamala stole that nomination without anyone voting for her. And now she's complaining about Joe Biden. And we all have clips like this of Joe Biden, right, at the time. Kamala Harris is the reason this is happening. Here's Joe Biden, incapable of making it. This was one of the last times he was on camera before dropping out. You see the Secret Service agent trailing him like that. You never see agents go down the stairs like this for a president. This is a Secret Service agent trying to make sure he doesn't fall down. And then Joe Biden gets to the car, and he doesn't have the capacity to get into the vehicle. He can't get his own body into the vehicle. The Secret Service has to come in behind him, you can see here, and physically lift him up by his belt loops and shove him into the car. And Kamala Harris was saying that Joe Biden was completely competent during this time.
Fully competent to serve.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That surprises me, actually.
No, I do. There's a distinction to be made between running for president and being president.
What's the distinction?
And then Jon Stewart doesn't ask the correct follow-up question, which is, well, if he was competent to serve, why did you take his nomination? It's such a complete and total nightmare. The last clip that's going quite viral from this remarkable interview is Kamala Harris saying that on election night, she needed to find the votes. Maybe it's just like a turn of phrase. People do say stuff like that in campaign politics. But
President calls.
it's like a weird way to say it. Okay, is all
The
I'm-
day
all I'm
before
saying.
that you were going to win
Mm-hmm.
the election.
Did.
Yeah. And
I
so when
did.
did the proverbial penny drop?
When I got a call from my campaign manager that it looks like we need 200,000 more votes that we can't find. Meaning it's just the map, the numbers. And the thing I kept saying over and over again, I was in a state of shock. I was so inarticulate, but maybe very articulate. What I kept saying over and over again is, my God, my God, my God.
Okay. Weird that Kamala Harris uses the exact same phrase that got Donald Trump indicted in Georgia. Look, we need to find votes. Kamala Harris just said we need to find 200,000 votes. We need to find the votes. Well, where's Kamala Harris's indictment? Amazing. We dodged a bullet in 2024. Can't import voters. Manifesting, ladies and gentlemen. Retired from real work, day drunk all the time, still booked for interviews. You go, girl. 83 billionaires supported Kamala Harris for president. Kamala Harris's campaign spent $1.5 billion in 15 weeks. Babies are starving. Kamala and her billionaire friends have fed 0 babies. What about the babies? Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more clear takes on this kind of stuff. Really fun. We have a good history of what actually happened. It's fun to call it all out, especially now.